I was a magistrate until quite recently on the bench in Leicester. About 3 weeks ago, I had before me a gentleman who was an asylum seeker who was claiming quite legally his status in this country. However, he had been in court before in June and accrued a victim surcharge for being there at the time, which had been paid for by a gentleman in the city who ran a fast food outlet on a street. And he was brought before me as a fine defaulter because of a court charge of £180, which he couldn't pay. Nor was he entitled to pay it because, as a bona fide asylum seeker, he couldn't possess money, he couldn't work, and therefore he was going to be in a catch-22 situation whereby he couldn't pay the fine and the court charge, and if he didn't, he could be sent to prison. So, in desperation to actually solve a rather difficult situation, to keep him out of prison really, and a humanitarian knee-jerk reaction, I took some money out of my top pocket of my shirt to help pay what he was going to owe the court. However, this was not quite the correct thing to do, I was told, and so therefore I have been investigated by the Lord Chancellor's Advisory Committee and suspended from sitting, and I decided that this action of being investigated for doing something which I consider to be part and parcel of one's human life in this world towards somebody who wished to come and reside in our country and has chosen us above other countries should actually be treated in such an inhumane way. And so I did this. And I resigned afterwards not because of the court charge, which is legally binding, but the way that it was handled by the administration of the court. And I would not like to see anybody else in the same situation. And so I fought for what I consider to be my humanitarian view of the proceedings.